Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol is one of the most beautiful, simple songs ever. It's just such a sweet, genuine song that's told so simply yet so effectively. It's simple in all the right ways. You can't help but feel the coldest of your cockles start to warm in your heart. But the more I listened to it, which I will never stop doing, the more a thought started to manifest in my mind. And the further I analyzed it with each listen, the more I became convinced that this thought is not just a mere theory. It is a fact. Chasing Cars was written by a dog. Now, I honestly think that I could stop right here and just let you think about it for a few seconds and then get it on your own. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't overanalyze something that needn't be. So let's dive right into this mother jamma. As I believe I've mentioned before, this song is simple in every way. Musically, this song is just 3 chords repeated throughout the entire song. I think a dog could learn 3 chords. Justin Bieber did. Hell, Lisa Kudrow as Phoebe Buffay did on Friends, and she basically just used those same 3 chords throughout the entire show, and she still wrote some terribly good bangers. But what I have more faith in a dog writing is the melody that plays in all the verses. It is a 2-note melody. It's not the same 2 notes the whole time. They change with the 3 chords. But even then, it's still just 4 total notes. A dog could step on a piano and play 4 notes. They could wag their tail against a guitar and play 4 notes. Hell, they could howl 4 notes. Maybe the dog played the 4 notes and then Snow Patrol wrote the chords to go along with the notes that they howled or wagged or stepped on. Maybe the dog did both. I still believe it's possible. But of course, it's not just the simple music, it's the simple lyrics. There's not a lot of them. Dogs do have a limited vocabulary. But they all echo the sentiments of a dog. And I'm gonna break them down for you, line by line. It starts with basically the same idea stated in 2 different ways. We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. And we're off to a good start because dogs are very human-centric. They care about their humans the most. In fact, Kuja is right outside this door right now, hoping that I come out soon. A dog would certainly believe that all they need is their human, especially when the human provides all the food and the water and other necessities, of course. But a human does provide those things, so a dog would probably think that they don't need anyone else. Plus, the song says on our own, not on my own. It's the dog and the human together. You ever try to get some alone time from a dog? It does take some effort. You know how often Kuja tries to snoot her way into our bathroom while I'm showering or unloading? Dogs are incredibly loyal and often protective, so they would not easily leave the side of a human that they love. And here's something you may have noticed. Those lines don't rhyme. In fact, none of them do. And why would they? Dogs don't know what rhymes are. They hardly understand language, let alone rhyme schemes. It further proves that this is a canine choral creation. All dogs know about are playing, loving, eating, drinking, and the next line and the most repeated important line of the song, laying. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Still a really nice line, isn't it? Is there any being that enjoys laying more than a dog? Well, maybe a sloth, but it's not sloths for this song. It's a dog. As I said, dogs only do these 5 things: love, eat, drink, play, and lay. Even when Anna and I are both home, Kuja lays the day away with very little in between. Hell, one of the main motivations for her eating her food when she gets really picky is that she gets to lay on the couch afterwards. Dogs love to lay, most of them with their humans, and that is the most emphasized sentiment of the entire song. The song continues with the next verse. I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Well, of course not. You know why? 'Cause they're a dog. They literally can't say how they feel because dogs can't say anything. They can't talk, they're dogs, but they can write. The song then says, those 3 words are said too much, they're not enough. Now this is most likely the phrase, I love you. And they're saying that saying those words sometimes aren't enough and that it has to be backed up or shown with actions. But I argue that the dog who wrote this only knows 3 words. And those 3 words are just the only words that the dog knows. And they want to learn more. Well, who knows? Maybe they are getting a little deep and they're referring to an actual 3-word phrase like, I love you. Go lay down. You're so good. Take a walk. Want a treat. F***ing go potty. It then repeats the line about laying, you know, the most repeated sentiment of the song, and then it adds another line to it. Forget what we're told before we get too old. Humans definitely worry about aging, but dogs have a much more understandable reason to. They live not nearly as long as the average human, and they know that their time here is short, and they want to spend that time with us feeling loved and making sure that we feel loved as long as they're spending their much shorter lives with us. And holy foley, this is supposed to be funny, but now I'm sad as hell and I just want to hug my dog. I'll be right back.
Oh, I love you so much, Cujo. You'll always be my puppy. I love you so much. I'm never going to let you go.
It then says, show me a garden that's bursting into life. Dogs love themselves a good garden. Flowers to sniff, dirt to do the poops, bushes to explore, a place to run and roll around in. Yeah, dogs love themselves a good garden. This fits. Then it gets to the title line and it drives my point home, pun absolutely intended. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. Snow Patrol lead singer Gary Lightbody, dogs have light bodies. Side theory, Gary Lightbody is a dog. Claimed that this is a reference to the cliche, you're like a dog chasing cars. You'll never catch it, and if you do, you won't know what to do with it. But I say it's not a reference. There's a reason that this cliche exists. Dogs like to do it. And this dog who wrote this song really does just want their human to chase cars with them. Or maybe the line is an illusion and the dog wants to chase his tail, pretending that the tail is a car. And if you haven't noticed, we went from 0 to 100 here. We went from talking about laying down all the time to all of a sudden talking about sprinting after automobiles. That's because dogs can consistently do that stuff. The dog I grew up with, her name was Speckles, loved laying. But she would burst up and run straight to the door even if she was asleep if we said, squirrel! Dogs are experts at rock and roller coastering themselves into a frenzy, so it makes perfect sense. There's another line after that in the album version, but I prefer the radio version where that line doesn't exist. So let's just skippity-doo-dah over that and finish up. After repeating the laying line and the getting old line, just a second.
You will always be my dog and I love you. I'm going to give you all the love you ever deserve. You deserve the world. You deserve so much love. You're such a good...
We come to the line, all that I am, all that I ever was, it's here in your perfect eyes, they're all I can see. Have you ever noticed how much dogs love to make eye contact? Kuja makes eye contact for everything. If she needs something, if she's laying down and sees us looking at her. Hell, for no reason sometimes. She just wants to look at our eyes. There is no such thing as awkward eye contact to a dog. It's just eye contact. And I'm gonna assume it's because to a dog, the human iris is perfect and beautiful. No other explanation. And then we come to the final original line of the song before they repeat the laying sentiment again. I don't know where, confused about how as well, just know that these things will never change for us at all. And once again, we find the singer being confused and not knowing things, which is absolutely dog behavior. They are creatures of very little brain and very big heart. And this line, combined with the sincere simplicity of the song and all of the very few lyrics, proves that Chasing Cars was written by a dog. Did I just waste valuable time and brain capacity on something that's utterly meaningless and devoid of worth? Maybe. But look, hordes of people believe the QAnon bullshit, the chemtrails nonsense, the election being stolen crap. Hell, people actually believe that the earth is flat. What's the harm in having a conspiracy out there that doesn't actually hurt people? Hell, if those people believe all of that, maybe they'll actually believe this nonsense too. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this nonsense and are prosperous in all of your endeavors. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go hug my dog and never stop. Come here, puppy.
Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much.